Well, greetings, friends, and welcome to BBP. Do you need a breakthrough in your circumstances? I'm going to give you some encouraging words today. Keep watching. Well, thank you for joining me here today. And I do have some encouraging words for you today, straight from God's Word. What I don't have is a magic bullet, or the top 5 secrets to getting your prayers answered, or any other deceptive advice to make you think that you can manipulate God. But let's keep it simple. You have prayers that you want answered, and you're not seeing any answers to them. And all the advice that you've been given is leaving you just confused and more frustrated as time goes on. And you're just kind of wondering to yourself, why doesn't God show up and answer me? Doesn't He love me? Well, of course He loves you, and He wants to answer your prayer in His time and in His way. Now, I know you're getting sick of hearing that. I got sick of it too. But stay with me here. God absolutely does want to honor your request. And in Mark chapter 11, Jesus gives us some specific things that we can do to get our prayers lined up with His answers. Did you catch that? Jesus gives us some specific things we can do to get our prayers lined up under His answers. Now, to preface this passage, a day earlier, Jesus had put a curse on a fig tree. And as they're passing through the same way the next day, Peter is amazed that the fig tree is dead. Let's start in verse 22. So Jesus answered and said to them, "Have faith in God. For assuredly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, 'Be removed and cast into the sea,' and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that those things he says will be done, he will have whatever he says. Therefore I say to you, whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you have received them, and you will receive them. And whenever you stand praying, if you have anything against anyone, forgive him, that your Father in heaven may also forgive your trespasses. But if you do not forgive, neither will your Father in heaven forgive your trespasses." So in verse 22, the mountain that Jesus is referring to is whatever obstacle is standing in the way of your answered prayer. Now, obviously, the biggest obstacle could be the very thing you're praying for. It may not be God's will for your life. So if you have any doubt that what you're praying for doesn't line up with God's word, go get some godly counsel and find out for sure. Because that's not really an obstacle. That's just a wrong desire. But your obstacle could be something that you've been enduring for a long time. Or it could be something that just popped up overnight. But whatever it is, you know it, and God knows it. So let's take a quick look here in verse 22. Jesus says, have faith in God. So that's the first thing. Do you have faith in God? Can you honestly say, I have enough faith in God to know He's going to answer my prayer? Now, the second thing is, we see here, Jesus says, and does not doubt in his heart. So there you go. Do you have any doubts? Just because you answered yes to the question of faith doesn't mean that you don't have doubts. We all have them from time to time. And when I find myself doubting that God can or will answer my prayers, I just go back and recount all the times He's been faithful to answer me. And it settles my heart. So I want to stop right here and ask you to pray about these two things. Is your faith strong enough? And are there any lingering doubts in your heart that could hinder your prayer life? This is huge. So next week, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at the third point Jesus makes about effective praying. I don't want you to miss this. So join me right here. And until then, keep your eyes on Jesus and not on your troubles. Thank you.